Hey friends, today I'm going to read another Kevin Henkes books, but this one's a little bit different. It's not about any of the same characters, and it's even illustrated by a different person. Usually Kevin Henkes, or not usually, but often he illustrates his own books. So this one is called Goodbye Curtis, and Kevin Henkes is the author, but Marisabina Russo is the illustrator. And it's a completely different kind of story. I just want to see if you like it. I like it. I like the other books even better, but I do like this one too. Curtis had been a letter carrier for 42 years, and today was his last day. So here we call letter carriers, mail carrier, mailman, mailwoman, something like that. Everyone loves Curtis, the old woman on the hill, the baby in 4C, the clerk at the butcher shop, and the crossing guard at the corner of First and Park. All the mailboxes all over his route are filled with all kinds of surprises. There's a chocolate cupcake with sprinkles from Mrs. Martin. There's a drawing from Debbie, Dennis, and Donnie. There's a bottle of aftershave from the Johnsons and a box of nuts from their dog. There are cards and candy and cookies. There are hugs and handshakes and kisses. There's a small fat book from Mr. Porter and a pencil sharpener in the shape of a mailbox from Max. So 42 years is a long time to deliver the mail. And when you deliver the mail, you have to walk around in the rain and the snow, and no matter what, you have to be out there. You don't get to say, I'm not doing it today. We'll miss you, Curtis, says the old woman on the hill, and the baby in 4C, and the clerk at the butcher shop, and the crossing guard at the corner of First and Park. The children Curtis met when they first began his route have grown up. Some of them have children of their own. Some of them have grandchildren. Some of the children have had dogs. Some of the dogs have had puppies. Cats have had kittens, too. Trees have grown from little to big, and houses have been torn down, and houses have gone up. People have moved out, and people have moved in. So when you live someplace for a long time and you keep doing the same things, you see all the changes in the community. But everyone loves Curtis. We'll miss you, they all say. The dogs and the cats say so too. When Curtis gets to the last mailbox of the last house on the last street, now look at the picture. Do you see something that might be a clue of something that might be about to happen? I do. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. Surprise! 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 Curtis's own family is waiting there. Friends pour out the door and down the steps. People from all over his route run from the backyard. So here was the clue, I think anyway. Look, there's a balloon. So they were planning a surprise party to thank him for all the work he's done for the 42 years he's delivered their mail. And they invited his family, which is a really nice surprise. They have a party in Curtis's honor. We love you, Curtis, they all say. We'll miss you. There is dancing and eating and remembering. There are balloons and streamers and tiny tin horns. You see, here he is, and he's wearing his uniform for the mail service. That night, Curtis dreams of his party. When he wakes up the next morning, he begins writing thank you notes to everyone, and he knows all the addresses by heart. So he knows everybody's addresses because he's been delivering their mail. Now I want to show you something. See this store right here says Hannah's Deli, home-cooked foods. Sometimes illustrators like to add things about their own family in a book. And this illustrator has a daughter named Hannah. You know why I know that? Because my daughter's name is Hannah. And when my Hannah was little, this illustrator, wrote a story about somebody named Hannah. And it was her own daughter. And I bought it because I read it for my daughter who was named Hannah. And there are all the people that are getting the notes he wrote. So the mail service is a really cool thing. Think if you could never get any packages or any letters, it would be kind of a bummer, wouldn't it? So he's been working hard all these years, and I really like the way that he made a connection to the people in his neighborhood. So when I was growing up, well, first off, people get their mail all different ways. Some people have their mailboxes on the street. Some people get their mail from the post office. Some people like at this house where I live, we have a little slot in the door and they put it right inside and it comes inside our house. But when I was a little girl, we had our mailbox at the street and we loved our mailman. His name was Bob, and we used to run out there so we could say hi to Bob when he brought us the mail. I also like the way he remembered to say thank you to all the people who gave him a going away gift and threw him a party, because it's really important to say thank you when people do something fun for you. So I really want you to tell me what you think about this book. It's very, very different from all the other Kevin Henkes books we listen to, but I still really like it. I think it's a very nice story, and it talks about community, and it talks about friends, and it talks about being grateful for the life that you have, and I really like it. I just think it's very different from the other Kevin Henkes books. So why don't you tell me what you think? All right, happy reading, friends.